putting this in here to say that I accidentally deleted about 3 minutes of the footage for this video. The only thing that it really covers is that we will be going over Lance, Steven, and Cynthia in this video. And I already looked at Cynthia's stats. Cynthia's stats are crazy, just gonna say that. And pretty much you missed nothing else, really. Whatever, so enjoy the rest of the video. Sorry, again, about 3 minutes got cut off, but that might be better for length anyway. They obviously said they're going to be designing these ARC suits for more type-based teams, so they are kind of like bringing back, type-focused teams. Though, of course, we did always kind of like have that, just like the support tend to be more dedicated to being open, I guess, in a slot. Either way, this now gives you more incentive to run Costume Lyra as a support or something. Probably not, really. I would still run someone else, probably. Anyway, whatever. She's got herself the Ground Judgment passive as well here, raising ally ground rebuff the first time the user enters battle and lowers enemy ground rebuff the first time the user enters a battle. Okay, so on entry, does this activate twice because she's a Mega Sync pair? Probably not, but that would be pretty stupid. So that's pretty damn strong anyway. Obviously empowering other ground allies. A ton of ground characters are going to be empowered by Cynthia, whether that be, of course, like Variety Giovanni or Costume Adamant, or not really Maxi, because I'm pretty sure she's sand-based as said in the dev letter. But still, whatever. Anyway, Myth Archaeologist. Turns field of play into ground zone when the user causes sandstorm. Extends duration of sandstorm when the user's on the field. Extends duration of ground zone when on the field. Probably a 50% extension as well. That's obviously crazy. Duh. Again, this just empowers all other ground allies even more, because pretty much all of them, besides, again, Maxi, are enhanced by sand, or they just are fine with sand. So, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. Mutual Trust. Moves never miss. Guaranteed crits on the moves and sync moves, and protects user from damage during sandstorm. So she does not protect allies from sand damage. That's a little annoying, but, I mean, whatever. Not that big of a deal. And then Unbending Pride, reducing sync countdown by 1 the first time the user's Pokemon uses a status move each battle, and raises its attack by 6 the first time its Pokemon uses a status move each battle. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much expected. So obviously, looking good already. She's empowering a ground allies a very good amount, and she's also going to be probably hitting pretty fucking hard. Okay. And the moves, I'm already just locked in on this. Okay, Almighty Rending Earthquake, ground physical move, 250 minimum base power. I'm going to guess a 1 out of 5, right? That's pretty nuts. Yeah, it's basically a sync move. Hits all enemies, and it costs 2 gauges. It's activated whenever there's sandstorm, it cannot be deactivated. Lowers target defense by 1, increases the user's sync move next by 1 when attacking a target, when its attack hits a target that is trapped. Okay, that's good. She does have Sand Tomb on top of that to leave the enemy trapped, so you do want to probably trap all 3 enemies. I'm going to guess so anyway, just for the extra sync move up next. And then Sandstorm, of course. So she said it extends it and causes Ground Zone on top of it. Greatest Battle. Applies gradual healing to the user, applies super effective next to the user, and increases sync move next by 5 ranks, and it's got 1 use. Yeah, so already Cynthia's looking pretty cracked. Whatever, okay. Cataclysmic Divine Earthquake is the sync move, 300 power, so she does not have the Mega Sync debuff. It becomes Mega and it's also just 300 minimum base. Is it 300 minimum base power already, or is that with, like, anything unlocked? I guess not. So it's 300 base power at 1 out of 5, and 360 at 5 out of 5? Okay, sure. Becomes Mega Guard Chomp, increases the user's physical moves next by 2, so she's got an innate sync move effect, and then EX effect, probably from multi, lowers enemy type rebuff of a particular type the first time the user's sync move is used each battle. It says of a particular type, it's probably ground, right? It's probably ground, lowers enemy ground rebuff on entry. So, under the assumption she doesn't do it twice on Mega, she's able to lower enemy ground rebuff by 2, first on entry and then on the sync move. And if she does do it on Mega too, then by 3? Oh my god, not only is she already really strong, because a 250 minimum base power move is already not exactly what I would call weak, right? And off of a 500 plus offensive stat. Yeah, she's pretty cracked. pretty good, I would say. I do like that. Okay, sure, man, whatever. Okay. And then I guess it's the grid time. The grid looks very weird, for sure. Energy 0. Okay. So this is what? Okay, so does it tell you what move level it needs? I guess it would be down below. Either way, I've looked at Steven's grid, not like I didn't see any of his tiles, but I looked to see what stuff was 0 energy. Oh, all the stuff up here. Oh, this all is 0 energy. Okay. Dust Kicker, Sync Move, Physical Boost 2, Divine Earthquake 50 power on the Sync node, or on the Sync move. God. These are plus 25, okay. I'm gonna guess 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. So 3 out of 5 you get this, 4 out of 5 you get the extra physical moves next on the Sync move on top of this, and this is infinitely repeatable, and Dust Kicker. So Infinite Sand too, dude, and that's for free. Whoever got Cynthia and Garchomp to 4 out of 5, the Poke Fair for Dust Kicker, you just got bummed it hard, bruh. This is stupid. These characters are the best in the game, easily. She's got stat boost tiles, of course, as expected here. I'm going to guess, yeah, okay, so 1 out of 5, she gets all this stuff, which is, okay, Lith is whatever. She's got damage nodes, yada, yada, nothing crazy. 2 out of 5, that's the energy cap. 2 out of 5, she gets speed debuffs on trapping the enemy. Discombobulate on Sand Tomb for accuracy debuffs, great gauntlet ability. Gauge Refresh, Soothing Sand for healing, Sand Fortress for stat debuff immunity. Sands of Time for Gauge, though I don't think she's going to be bad with Gauge anyway. Turn with NPR, probably for gradual healing, that could be useful. Gauge Refresh on Earthquake, Quick Cure. Reminder that her Earthquake is a 2-gauge move, so her gauge efficiency is already pretty good, especially if you do give her the NPR. Overall, not really a great 2 out of 5 grid. I mean, you do get that free plus 20 attack tile, which is obviously cool, but I don't think this is much value. Especially for, oh boy, especially with all the caveats that are probably going to come out of these grids. 3 out of 5, she gets, what? When the user inflicts a status change on an opponent with additional effects of a move, inflicts the same status change on all opposing sync pairs. Okay, so this gives her trapping and makes it cost nothing. That can be very good. That actually can be really good. Sandstorm moves and sync moves up. Oh my god, a 50% DPS multiplier and a 50% nuke multiplier. Okay. Haymaker for a 100% sync nuke multiplier. Team Sandstorm immunity for a Team Sandstorm, you know, the damage immunity. That's nice. Mighty Command 9 on the trainer move, not really that valuable, but frankly, well, nah, you can pick it up relatively cheap. Propulsion on Sandstorm for more gauge acceleration. Combine that with other gauge accelerating characters like maybe Paolo or someone, and that's pretty solid. Defense Crush 9 for extra debuffs, you know, faster debuffs than what Earthquake can provide. Attack Trap. I'm sorry, what? Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, but that's whatever. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. This just means that if you use this one means if you use Sand Tomb, it's AoE trap, but this one has a 50% chance to apply trap on Earthquake too. So that's okay. That makes more sense. Sandstorm Brawn Gain. I don't think that's also that valuable, but I mean, more physical moves up next, man. Sure. Good night. And then, okay, so these are the only tiles. Okay, so the only 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5 tiles are these, and they're free, which is Physical Boost and Dust Kicker. Okay, frankly, hold on, I need to check. Does she even have Sand NPR? I might have, like, skimmed over it or something. I don't think she's got Sand NPR. That does actually suck a decent bit. But, of course, you're probably going to run her with another Sand setter. Like, obviously, again, Variety Giovanni just comes to mind instantly. Like, he sets Sand on entry. Cynthia doesn't really have to worry about it. He can set Ground Zone on the sync move, whatever. And Cynthia can preserve her Sandstorm that way, and it's not like she's gonna be lacking damage or anything like that. Like, she's gonna be shredding the enemy, so she's not gonna need as much Ground Zone and Sand really, if I'm thinking about it. But of course, if you do want to opt to get her to 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5, you get a few more physical moves next, and of course you get Dust Kicker for infinite Sand, and on top of that, infinite Ground Zone just by using her sync move. Oh my lord. This character's kit's insane. She's got 150% in sync nuke multipliers on top of the very high base power sync move. Plus, again, you do get all of these sync tiles. And you get the physical moves next on the sync. You got the sync up next, right? So she's got that to consider. She's easily one of the best, quote, strikers in the game. Because, of course, you know, she's a multi-character, but you know what I mean, right? That's pretty crazy. Like, this kit is definitely nuts. Very strike based for sure, but also very good utility. Do love to see that. Again, her stats. These are stats of a striker. She's got actual defenses. She's got speed. She's got offenses. She's got HP. She has everything. Yeah, man. Cynthia's a little, just a little crazy. Okay. I guess next would makes sense to look at Steven since he releases next. So, Arc Steven and Metagross. I'm excited for him. He's a support. Supports always tend to be stupidly fun. Okay, he's a multi-sync pair support EX role. Steel, weak to Ghost. Steven, drawn out power of Instinct on Ultimate, receive Blessing of Arceus. He's showing off his strength through the Deep Bomb with Metagross. Boasts not only psychic powers, but also fantastic strength. Grips prey with 4 legs and holds them in place with its claws. Yes, we love Metagross in this house. Hello? Offenses! Haha, I knew they'd give him offenses. Let's go, baby. You give him offenses. Any EX role unlocked. His defense. Oh my god. 850 health. 400 for attack, 415 defense, 415 special defense, 342 speed. His special attack is his only bad stat. And he's a physical attacker. Do I even want to hit the mega button? I do. Oh my god. Steven. Why? Steven's nuts. Why are you buffing his special attack? Granted, they buff Cynthia's too, so that's fair. My god. 444 attack, 452 defenses. This dude's gonna be crazy. This dude probably is gonna be the best character in the game, like bar none. He's got damage, he's got bulk. Oh my god. He's got Steel Myth, powering up ally steel moves and reducing damage. Sorry. Yeah, reduces attack move damage. Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. So up to 30% buff and 26% damage reduction as usual. Steel types, I mean, the buff is good. Like Poppy's getting a buff, Celine's getting a buff, Rose is getting a buff. There's a whole lot of good steel types getting strength from this. Probably Lily too. Actually, I don't know if she's psychic or steel. We'll find out. Steel Judgment, raising ally steel rebuff on entry. Laura's Amy steel rebuff on entry as well. And also that's something I didn't consider with Cynthia. She's also got the 2x ground rebuff on top of all of her other damage. Anyway, what I learned from my adventure, he applies endurance to all allies on entry, applies free moves next when his attack move is successful, and increases ally physical moves next by 1 when his attack move is successful again. Okay. Okay. More free physical moves next. Love that. He's just bummed out Argenta entirely. Wandering Stone Enthusiast, protecting him from crits, protecting him from damage and sand, and when his stats would be lowered, raises the user's stats by the same amount instead. So he's got downside up, sand immunity, sand shelter, and vigilance all in one. Love that. And then triage tank, restoring HP when hit by an attack move. So he's got bulk, healing, damage mitigation, ally physical moves next, and plus physical moves next for himself too, right? Okay. Does his moves change when he megas? Iron Head Potion, All Might Flash, Bullet Punch, we're the strongest. Iron Head, Bullet Potion, okay, so no, it doesn't. He's got Iron Head, DPS option, 110 maximum base power, 30% flinch chance, no limited usage. Of course, free physical moves next, gotta love that. Potions for healing, even better healing, let's go. Almighty Flash, Bullet Punch, hits all enemies, 120 minimum base power, 3 use limit. Activated whenever he uses any move once, and deactivated when it's used. Never misses, lowers target defenses by 2, and raises all allies' defenses by 2. Okay. We're the strongest. Target all allies. Raise the attack of all allies by 6. Uses a max of 3 of the user's gauge slots. More used, the more it raises ally crit by crit up to 3, and increases increases the sync moves next of all allies by 3. So attack buffs are unconditionally buffed by 6, and sync move next is unconditionally buffed by 3. But the crit rate depends on how much gauge he uses. That's fine. That's fine, man. Oh my god. Steven, if I can just infer how the rest of his kit's going to be built out, he looks like the best character in the game. Okay. Polished Steel Divine Meteor Mash, 300 base power like Cynthia's. Restores HP of all allies by 20% of their maximum. And then lowers target type rebuff of a particular type the first time sync move is used each battle. And then doubles sync buffs given the first time. Yeah, sync moves used each battle. Okay. So, double Steel rebuff again. Gotta love that. Also, it lowers the opponent's type rebuff, so this will be probably single target, but still not that big of a deal. Sides tend to be squishy even in ultimate battles. Mostly, right? There's circumstances. Anyway. Steven, what's your 1 out of 5 grid looking like? Okay, nothing crazy. 2 out of 5, plus 40 HP node. NPR on the trainer move. More sync move up next, man. What else is there to say? Revenge boost 4 for more gauge, even though his speed also isn't really that bad. Iron Head gauge refresh 2. Of course, you know, the gauge does help. And potion healer, master healer, and potion NPR. Gotta love potions. Antitoxin too. Okay, sure. 3 out of 5. Sync move power by 50. More sync nodes. Potion NPR 2 again. So you got 2 nodes of potion NPR and master healer. Status immunity, preventing status conditions. Haymaker. Oh, he's got a nuke too. Love that. Sterner stuff 2, reducing damage when hit by a physical attack. So he's got even more bulk. Endure again, unconditional endurance. Oh boy, I don't think he's gonna be able to put him to endurance, let alone have him use it again. Head start 1 for sync acceleration. Iron Head aggravation for flinches. Furious brawn for DPS. Okay, Steven. And then 4 out of 5, he gets enemy attack and special attack down, so he's able to debuff enemy defenses and offenses. He's got champion leaf levels of debuffing. And then sync burst destroying MP, which that's more sync move up next. That's another usage of this if you need enemy debuffs again, and also it's a pretty good power move, right? That's more potions too as well that don't have to rely on NPR. Sync burst I don't think is that impactful, and frankly the offensive debuffs are nice, 100%, no doubt about that. But I simply don't think there's any content that's going to be able to like at least kill Steven well enough to where he's actually going to need this. His recoveries, okay. The only thing he's got is like gimmick check. Like he doesn't have piercing blows, but at that point he'd be a little bit strong anyway. And he's still got rebuff, so he's getting rid of like I think it's acute senses. He doesn't have a status condition, I don't think. At this point I could have skimmed over it for sure, but he's got damage, flinches, and potions as a support with amazing bulk stats already. What does he lack? He's got a sync nuke, so you're going to be using his sync move on top of getting that 20% healing on top of using his sync move. He's got potions again for team healing too. He doesn't have team gradual healing, but who cares? I think Steven's the best support in the game. I think Steven's frankly just the best support in the game. He's so bulky and he's able to do so much to buff allies. Even like a special attack and ally, they just appreciate his sustainability pretty well anyway. Like I think maybe in that scenario blue would be better, but that's still nuts. So nuts. So nuts of a kit. Okay, and then Lance. Hello, Lance. Multi-role tech as we knew. Dragon weak to ice. He's drawing out power of his Sync Stone ultimate. Deep bonds with Dragonite helps him overcome obstacles. It flies over raging seas as if they were nothing. Observing this, the ship's captain dubbed this Pokemon as the Sea Incarnate. That's a cool-ass title. So Lance, of course, Dragonite does not have a Mega Evolution, so let's hope his stats are made up for by that. 811 HP, so the stats so far are lower than like Cynthia and Stevens, but they're not bad either. They're definitely not bad, no doubt about that. 871 health, 414 both offenses, 268 both defenses, 368 speed. These are good stats nonetheless, not bad at all. Dragon Myth, powering up ally moves by 10%, damage reduction by 20% for up to 30%, and 26% the more dragon types on the team. Champion Nate Gaming. Dragon Judgment, lowering enemy dragon rebuff on entry. Raising ally dragon rebuff on entry, lowering enemy dragon rebuff on the sync move. On entry. Your challenge ends with me, lowers target defense by 6 when the physical move is attack move is against it is successful, lowers target special defense when its special attack move is successful. We know about this from the dev letter. This is still nuts nonetheless. Cave Dragon Master, normal moves become dragon, decreases gauge slots needed to use the moves by 2, because of course he's a big beam spammer, and the moves never miss. And then we've been through enough. Reduces damage when hit by an attack move or sync move while HP is full. Restores the user's HP when its attack move is successful. So it's got fist bump and healthy benefits, basically. Okay, that's fine. That's 100% fine with me. I love that. Okay. Oh boy, he's got Hyper Beam and Giga Impact, as we expected. These are 2-gauge moves because of his passive. Almighty Roar Hyper Beam, which is also a 2-gauge move. It's a 300 base power move. Activated whenever an ally's Pokemon uses a move 3 times. Uses any move 3 times. So basically have the whole team do a rotation, a turn, right? And it cannot be deactivated. Never misses, lowers the more of the opponent's defense or special defense are lower, the greater the power of this attack. Okay, that's some pretty good damage. So, Lance targets one opponent, but who cares? That makes it even better in some regard. Good night. That's a buff and a half for Champion Nate. Now let's get serious. Raises the user's attack and special attack by 6, crit by 3, applies gradual healing, applies endurance, and he takes 20% of his HP. He's got all of the Lance gimmicks, the 2 hyper beams, double the beam power, and then the 20%, the recoil. That's perfectly fine. And then the Saint move, Heroic Ascension, Divine Outrage. The more target special defense is lower the grid of power of this attack, probably for irony. And then lowers the opponent's type rebuff of a particular type when Saint move is used. And then EX roll power, Saint move power is buffed by 50%, which is pretty damn fucking nuts. 360 power multiplied by 1.5 times. I can't do math. That's 80, 440, 540. Okay, man, chill out. That's enough. 540 base power sync move with a multiplier on top of that. Also, is this infinite? Just want to know. When the user's fizzle. Okay, so even if they buff their defenses back, Lance will just lower them back instantly. Oh my god. Okay, Lance, chill out. Okay, in the grid, 1 out of 5, nothing, just some tiles, damage tiles and whatever else. 2 out of 5, natural remedy, sync nodes, gauge refresh, catalyst, NPR on the trainer move, not really that impactful. I guess, gradual healing, but, you still take 20% recoil. And then gauge refresh on the trainer move as well if you somehow manage to need that. And then super sinker. You better be releasing a strong-ass Dragon Week Ultimate Battle to be able to need super sinker with this kit. Good lord. Okay, I guess, whatever. 3 out of 5. 50 power sync node, 20 special attack, vigilance, sync move, physical, and special boost 2. Yeah, okay. Hit, flinch, and paralyze. Do 30% chance to make the target flinch and 30% chance to leave the enemy paralyzed. Okay, so he's got gimmick check. I love to see that. Okay, insult injury for more, power buff to his moves. Power combo 9 on the trainer move for physical and special moves next. Guaranteed crits. And then HP recovery restores HP by 40%. He's got recuperation. Okay, Lance. So, yeah, all these characters cover all bases. They've got good damage utility and support, well, quote support. Cynthia's support's not that great, but Tenkin, how about that? Damage utility and bulk. Let's say that. Recuperation, man. You didn't have to give him this. He's got a gimmick check with the flinch and paralyze. He's got the heal him with recuperation. He's got the damage, obviously. The debuffs help again with the gimmick check. Okay. And then let's just look at 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5. Relentless. The more the target's defense is lower, the greater power of the sync move. Okay, so Lance's 4 to 5 tile is actually very valuable. Hold on, what is it? What's it? Does he have any other sync tiles that I'm just not thinking about? I guess not, but still, I don't think it really matters that much. He's still got a pretty strong sync move, nonetheless. And then first thing we want to put Dragon rebuff, lowering enemy Dragon rebuff, so he's got -3 Dragon rebuff. Okay, nuts. Absolutely nuts. This character's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Love that. So, I'd say Lance's 4 out of 5 and 5 out of 5 tiles are very good, as opposed to Steven and Cynthia's, who are, good, but not at all, vital for their character. Lance's aren't really vital either, but they are definitely a massive buff for sure. A whole sync tile here. He's got 200%, I think, in sync nuke multipliers, plus the, 50 power tile, the 25 power tiles. Also, from what I've noticed, a lot of these characters' tiles are pretty damn cheap. Oh, he's got even more tiles. I didn't even. Yeah, okay. Okay, wait. How much damage is this? That's 150 power. 450. This dude's got over a 600 base power sync move with full investment, or at least 3 out of 5 investment. And then 4 out of 5 he gets relentless too. So just add that. 4 out of 5 investment. This dude's got a nuts single target nuke. Dude, who damage challenge who? Okay. Oh, I've got a headache now. Okay. These characters' kits are broken. Yeah, these characters are easily some of the best in the game, if not, the best in the game, just outright. We'd love to see that. you know, obviously aside from banner format problems and, you know, gem counts, don't worry, I'll make a statement. Just give me fucking time, please. I just want to enjoy looking at these kits, okay? Yeah. These characters are broken, and obviously, you know, you're going to be worth going for pretty much any of them. In my opinion, not Lance, Steven looks to be, at the very least, very damn close to being the best character in the game. I'm not talking support, I'm talking character. He's crazy. I'm really liking it. That is a nuts kit out of a support character. Especially with how much of a power buff he's applying to other steals like Rose and Poppy and Costume Celine. Costume Celine, you know, flinched utility too. Nuts, absolutely nuts. So absolutely a W in terms of kits for the anniversary characters, no doubt. Will be summoning, obviously, not for kits anyway, but still summoning nonetheless, and kits are very good on top of that. Love the rebuff stuff for sure, and the power up for more of those, you know, specific type of allies on the team. I don't think Lance is going to be maxing out his passive anytime soon because Dragon supports blow fat cheeks. I don't think Steel supports soft. Well, Steel's got Argenta. Though Steven's already taken the support role, so you actually would just be running more powerful character. You'd be running like double damage dealer with Steven as your actual buffer. That's fun to think about. Cynthia, you know, you could run Costume Lyra though. You could also run Ingo, but they just prefer someone like Costume Steve or Arc Suit Steven more. Whatever. Not the point. That's the end all be all for this video. These kits are absolutely nuts, and that's pretty much expected for anniversary characters. So I don't know what the next part's going to encapsulate. I will try and put Lily in it at the very least. I think she's worthy going over next. I'd have to look at the rest of what I want to cover first. Probably, I don't know. We'll go over. Okay, next video we'll go over Lily, Sawyer, Rachel, and Lear. Yeah, we'll go over those. Lear, Sawyer, Rachel, and Lily. That'll be the next video, so be able to look out for that. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to end this one because this is getting way too long. I want to get this edited, uploaded, and I'm trying to get all these out. So I'll see y'all later. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know what you think about the kits for these new ARC suits. Sync price in the comments below. Video for feedback, you know, asking for feedback. I'll be releasing all of that sometime soon. It might not be this week. It might be next week, but I've got a lot of things to cover, a lot of things to do during, you know, the anniversary hype and on top of my personal life. So just be patient with me. I will try and get some feedback stuff ready for making a video and getting it all submitted and everything 100%. So just be on the lookout for that for anyone who's trying to call me a shill and sell out and partner boy. Whatever. Peace.